All right, welcome. In this video, we're going to go over learning objectives and vocabulary. So at the start of each unit, you're going to be provided a Google slide through Schoology of learning objectives and vocabulary terms that you will need for that unit. Now, these learning objectives come straight from the College Board, so it's going to be very important that you provide good college level responses. And this is going to be for a couple of reasons. First, in doing so, you're going to gain a greater understanding of the material, which is going to be very beneficial as you go through this course. Second, these learning objectives come directly from the College Board, so you know that when you take the AP US History exam, that this material is what you're going to be tested on. And so if you're familiar with the learning objectives, you should do well on all sections of the AP US History exam. And finally, as you go through the course and you're completing these learning objectives and vocabulary in each unit, you are creating a good guide for you to study from when you start to prepare for the US History exam. So it's going to be very important for you to do your best on this assignment. And that's especially going to be the case if you want to receive full credit. So let's go ahead and take a look at the learning objectives and vocabulary. So you're going to access the learning objectives and the vocabulary in Schoology. Now, keep in mind that I will be able to monitor your progress throughout the unit. So it is going to be important for you to complete a little bit each day and not wait until the night before it is due. So when you open up the Google slide, this is what you're going to see. The first slide is going to let you know the period that we're in, the year that it encompasses, what important beginning and ending event takes place, and then it's going to let you know what percentage of the US History exam this particular unit makes up. Then you're going to go to the following slides, and what you're going to notice is the first slide is going to tell you that your learning objectives, you need to provide written responses. The directions are there. Remember, we're looking for college level answers. This is a college level course, so you're expected to provide quality college level responses. And I provided an example here for you. Okay, so explain how and why various native populations in the period before European contact interacted with the natural environment in North America. So you want to make sure that you're going to be providing some detail. You also want to make sure that you're providing 2 to 3 examples of civilizations in North America and how they interacted with their environment. Because one of the historical thinking skills in this course is comparison. And the College Board does like to provide comparison on their short answer questions. And just recently, they did have a question related to this particular topic. So you want to make sure that you provide good college level responses. So as you can see, I'm talking a little bit about the period here. So North America was inhabited by diverse populations consisting of large empires like the Mayan, the Aztec, the Inca, large cities like Cahokia along the Mississippi River Valley, permanent settlements in places like the Pacific Northwest, the Chinook, the American Southwest with the Pueblo and Anasazi, the Eastern Woodlands with the Iroquois, and there were nomadic groups in the Great Basin and in the Great Plains. Now, these civilizations traded items like agricultural products, metals, animal hides, and meat. They also adapted their environment to meet their needs. This is really important because there's a European perspective that this was kind of a Garden of Eden, an untouched world, when there were millions of people living here that were clearly adapting the environment to meet their particular needs. So you want to make sure that you understand this. Again, this is why learning objectives is so important, is because it provides you an opportunity to really put your thoughts together so you can grasp the understanding of the material. And then I go ahead and I provide some examples. For example, you have the Pueblos of the American Southwest. They built these adobe home structures. They also built very long irrigation canals in order to provide water for their crops. A lot of them growing maize. Maize is developed from Central America and is traded eventually and reaches all the way up into the American Northeast. I also provide an example of the Iroquois. The Iroquois build these long houses, which are these multi-family structures built out of wood and bark. They're also known for clearing the underbrush in the woodlands so that they have this kind of hunting preserve that makes it easier for them to hunt game. And then they're also doing agriculture. They're doing three sister farming. Okay, this is where you got the corn, you got the beans growing up the stalk of the corn, you have the squash around the base of the corn to really maximize the yield that's going to be produced. And I also include that, women are the farmers in a lot of these Native American civilizations. The men are really the hunters. And this kind of plays on this theme that Europeans are going to have, where they see women doing all the work because they're doing all the farming, and men are not contributing at all in the eyes of the Europeans. So they're seen as being, just lazy, not contributing to their civilization, when in actuality, this is the culture of these American native groups. Women are doing the farming and the men are doing the hunting when it's time for them to hunt. So this is the type of response that you're expected to provide, right? I don't want these short one or two sentences, all right? Really detailed responses. Again, you are creating your study guide for the AP US History exam. You're also processing the information and writing it down so you will have a deeper understanding and be able to do well throughout this course. You continue down, you will get to the vocabulary. So on the last slide with the learning objective, underneath that, we have a vocabulary list, right? So this is a list of terms. Now, most of these terms you will be exposed to through our Fast and Curious activity that we will do at the start of each course. So you'll have a lot of the definitions available to you. Some of them you will have to look up on your own. But what we're going to use is what's called the Frayer model. Okay, this is developed in Wisconsin University. Again, with Cornell notes, we're using the Frayer model. Okay, so these are processes that are developed at the college level to help college level students. So this will be something that will benefit you far beyond just this course. And what you're going to do is you're going to add text box to each of the colored boxes, all right, and the one for word in the middle. Now you can see here I did Three Sisters Farming. I went ahead and added a box. You want to go ahead and use the New Times Roman font, and then you can make it larger or smaller depending upon how much you're writing, but you want to go ahead and make sure that it is something that you can easily see. Again, you'll be editing all of this in this particular view on Google Slide, not in the presentation view. So you see I went ahead, I inserted the word Three Sisters Farming, I made it in bold, and then I went ahead and added a text box for the definition. Okay, and then I provided a good strong definition for Three Sisters Farming, agricultural system used by Native Americans in North America to maximize yields, consisted of maize, which is a type of corn, beans, and squash. Then historical context. So historical context is going to be what is going on during that period of time. So I'm talking about prior to the arrival of Christopher Columbus, how North America is inhabited by these diverse native groups, how they have permanent settlements that they built. They also did agriculture for food production. I give an example of the Iroquois in the eastern woodlands using the Three Sister Farming along with hunter-gathering, and talk a little bit about women being responsible for agriculture while men primarily responsible for hunting. Okay, so this is a good historical context that would go with this particular definition. Then connection to another term, right? So another term would be the Iroquois. The Iroquois do Three Sisters Farming. So I'll go ahead and add the Iroquois as the connection, and then just really briefly talk about what that connection is. And then the bottom right yellow box is going to be a picture. So you want to make sure that you're using an approved picture and one that's not copyright protected. The best way to go ahead and do that with Google is just to go up here into Insert, go to Insert Image, and then go to Search the Web. It will bring up a box on the right. You can type in the words that you want to search, and it will bring you up that which is free for you to be able to use. You just click on it, it will drop it right into your slide, and then you just need to size it for that particular box. Okay, so now you have received instructions on how to complete the learning objectives and the vocabulary for each unit. Again, I'm going to stress, do not wait until the night before this assignment is due to start working on it. You are going to want to complete a little bit each day. It will help you to understand the material, and it will also make sure that you are doing good quality work rather than trying to complete it all at one time late at night. So make sure that you complete this assignment in full, college level work, if you want to get maximum credit for this assignment. Good luck.